What's good, everybody? I'm Brandon. Hey, man, today we're about to do another video from What Culture Wrestling. This video is titled Ups and Downs from WWE Hell in a Cell 2018. Y'all requested this, so don't trip. You know I got y'all. Bruh, hella requests for this. Y'all already know I can't react to anything that WWE put up about Hell in a Cell. Alright? If you react to WWE, more than likely, your shit is either going to get blocked or you going to get a copyright strike. I ain't taking no chances, man. Like I already told y'all, YouTube is my only source of income. This is all that I do. Bruh, I make hella money from YouTube, alright? Alright? So, I ain't playing games, man. I ain't trying to lose nothing. You feel me? But anyway, before I hop into it, make sure y'all leave a comment down below. Let me know what y'all want to see me react to next. Let's go, man.
Hello, Culture. My name is Simon Miller, and
What's
you
good,
have click
Simon?
that button to watch the ups and downs.
Simon, when you gonna tell us your workout plan, bro? I'm trying to get like you, bro. When you gonna tell me the workout plan?
I went online. There was a bunch of people moaning because, of course, there were. It was a WWE pay-per-view, and what would the world be? What world would we be living in? Didn't get to the end of the show, and people weren't just throwing things around as if World Wrestling Entertainment is responsible for all the good and all the bad in the world, when you should know that all the good and the bad in the world happens here on Ups and Downs. So let's get into it, and during the whole time you can question, is Simon actually wearing any trousers? Let's up those doubts.
Y'all want to know a secret? Whenever I do videos, I don't wear no pants. All I got on is underwear.
We do have to do that because on the pre-show,
I was about to show y'all. It ain't that serious.
On Rusev
all I got on
is
some drawers.
Just one retained their titles and no one gave two hoots because it was on the pre-show. Down. We had a whole tournament intrigue of maybe that Rusev and Aiden English would either go on to become the champs or break up, and instead all we got was a run-of-the-mill standard win for the New Day. I like the New Day. Got no problem with them being the champions. What was the point of any of this?
Yeah,
I don't think
it's
helped the titles.
Different.
I don't think it helped Big E, Xavier Woods, or Kofi Kingston. It didn't help Rusev, and it certainly didn't take Aiden English, because, you know, he took the fall here, because of course he did. It was stupid all round, and I was like, damn it, but I'm still excited about the show, because I'm Simon Miller, positive about everything. Why is everybody up? I don't care. What did rock my world, though, was the proper opener for the actual pay-per-view itself, and that was indeed Randy Orton taking on Jeff Hardy. My word, the two tried to kill each other. Holy hell. Up. As I just said, they tried to destroy each other here, and you could even call it one of the most brutal matches we've seen in recent WWE history. And I can't think of anything else.
What did you gonna do with a screwdriver?
Because Randy Orton got a screwdriver and he stuck it through that hole in Jeff Hardy's ear, and he wound it around a bit as if he was like trying to put up some shelves and he was screwing in a screw. I mean, it makes no sense. If you were in a match with no rules and you went outside of the ring to get a screwdriver, you'd stab him in the hand. You wouldn't go, hee hee hee, I'm going to stick it through someone's ear hole. But it was still disgusting. There was also belt shot, chairs, tables, ladders, and by the end of it, everybody was bleeding. I'm not surprised. Brutal. Even the finish was nuts. Hardy had Orton laid prone on a table. He climbed up a ladder, and it looked like he was going to smash him with a swanton bomb. But then he saw one of those beams inside the Hell in the Cell. He thought, ha ha ha, I'm just going to swing for that and then try and attack the Viper as I fall. You know what happened. Andy Orton moved out the way. Dang. Jeff Hardy went through the table as if he was about to explode into 79,000 pieces. Jeff Hardy is a maniac. Now, I will say that, yes, maybe Orton did move off the table a little bit too early, and saw people getting all funny about that because now they can't gif it properly. But come on now, let's show respect and admiration for these competitors for putting themselves through this. And also, a big shout out for Randy Orton because the referee was shouting, we need EMTs, Jeff Hardy needs EMTs. And Orton was like, shut up, ref, do your job and count 1, 2, 3. That, my friends, is a heel. It also seems like this is an injury angle, I'm guessing, because Jeff Hardy needs some time away from the WWE to heal.
I'm sure.
Absolutely fantastic.
He's too old to be doing this. Jeff Hardy's crazy.
And in fact, I hadn't thought about this, but I'm deciding now, do it. Give it. This is the golden up. This is the golden up for Hell in a Cell. I'm throwing it out there early, but it surprised me. It was good. It made me feel wonderful inside. It made my heart sing. So yeah, golden up for Randy Orton versus Jeff Hardy. Well done, chaps. And I'll tell you what else rocked. Charlotte versus Becky Lynch. There was no double turn or any shenanigans that I expected, but it didn't matter. After a solid match, Becky Lynch reversed a spear into a pinfall. That looked really good. Can you believe it?
Becky Lynch won?
Is your new SmackDown Women's Champion.
Y'all know Charlotte Flair, my baby, but
in the aftermath, though, there does seem to be just a little
match.
bit of controversy because after Becky Lynch had won, Charlotte wanted to shake her hand, and Lynch was like, "No way, man, you ain't stealing my moment again. This is all about me, Becky Lynch," and she just walked off. So the question is this: is she a babyface? was she a heel? I don't think it really matters, because you may remember a little wrestler known as Stone Cold Steve Austin, and he never gave anybody the time of day, and it worked just fine. Doesn't matter though, Becky Lynch is awesome. I like Charlotte's new role, and I can't really figure out what she's going to do. Again, just really good. That's 2 for 2 on Hell in a Cell, if we ignore the pre-show, which I've decided to do. Another shout out, because this was just a very well put together match, as Becky went after Charlotte's arm, and then Flair went after Lynch's leg. Nice and simple, no craziness, it just worked. Ain't nothing wrong with it. The ups keep on flowing too, because the Raw Tag Team title match, my word, what a juxtaposition from what we saw just a few hours ago, should you be watching this show live as I talk you through it. Fast-paced, loads of action and more near falls than you can shake a stick at. And why you'd want to shake a stick at anything, I don't know. You're going to look crazy and probably get arrested. But this was a prime example of what WWE could do with their tag team division if they invest time and money into it. As opposed to, putting tag team title defenses on pre-shows. And yes, I'm going to ram that one home until that home shifts sideways. I figured that one out. McIntyre and Ziggler did get the victory, so they retained their titles after Seth Rollins was trying to give Dolph Ziggler one of his Falcon Arrows. McIntyre saw this from afar and went, no, that ain't happening. And he just ran in and he Claymore kicked Seth right in the jaw, 1, 2, 3. But it didn't matter. Nobody lost here. The thing was just so good and so entertaining, they all walk away with their heads held high. Work rate, people. Work rate. And that work rate continued, because these four, they ain't even done for the evening. They're going to come back later, but we'll get to that in due course. Afterwards, had a quick promo between Braun Strowman and Mick Foley, as Foley tried to tell Braun that this Hell in a Cell match would absolutely change his life forever. And at this juncture, I will say that yes, the Hell in a Cell was red, and also, I don't care. You can paint it yellow, for I give two I couldn't care. It's just the colour of a cell. Calm yourselves. And then we get into difficulty territory, because we do get to the WWE Championship match between AJ Styles and Samoa Joe. Now, looking at it from afar and what they were able to achieve, gets enough. The pair had another great match, and it was so hard hitting that at one point AJ Styles was bleeding from the mouth, because they were just laying into each other, and the finish was badass as well. AJ Styles went for the phenomenal forearm, but that damn Samoa Joe, he turned it into the Kikita clutch. It looked really good. So that's why it all gets enough. It was a top-end WWE title fight.
Samoa Joe beat him?
Performance I just love and think smash it week in, week out. Which brings us to the madness, because for you see, even though AJ Styles had actually tapped out in this submission move, he'd also by this point rolled Samoa Joe onto his back, and the referee counted 1, 2, 3. He didn't see AJ dapping. Mr. Joe went absolutely ballistic afterwards, to the point he was even screaming for Paige, because he wanted justice, as he thought he'd won the WWE Championship.
Wait, what happened?
He felt AJ Styles tapping out. He didn't tap out on his face, he tapped out on his side, but it's better visual if they do it like this. And this was definitely the idea as well, because WWE even showed a slow motion replay. It all allows this feud to continue. The real issue is, this is yet another stupid finish with AJ Styles, where although he continues to be the WWE Champion, there's shenanigans. We're always talking about shenanigans. This is, the definition of shenanigans.
So he really tapped out, but the ref didn't see, and so he rolled on top and pinned Samoa Joe.
WWE. If you want to get behind AJ Styles, this super duper babyface champ, then do it. You're not doing that, are you? You're being skittish. And when you're being skittish, people get mad and they raise eyebrows. That's why I gotta give it a down. You're making him look like a dweeb, but nobody wants to be a dweeb. They want to be cool people. They want to be like, strong, run through walls and all that. You're not doing that, so just pick a side and stop giving me these false, I wouldn't even call it a false finish. We had a finish, it was like just dumb. It was just dumb. That's all I got, dumb. And because of that, I feel like it's time to debut something that everybody's been asking for ever since I introduced the Golden Up. Because if we are going to have a Golden Up, we need the equivalent for the down. That's why I'm sorry, Samoa Joe. I'm sorry, AJ Styles. It's not your fault. You've been screwed over by the booking committee. But you are indeed getting the first ever frowning down. Now I frown. We'll call it frown down. Frown down. Ready? There you go.
That's the frown down?
Don't tell your mothers. They ain't going to be pleased. Levity returned following this, though, as it was indeed the Miz and Marie's takeover of Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella. You know what? This was a damn sight better than I was expecting. I actually got a real kick out of it. Get enough. It was mostly Daniel Bryan and the Miz having a match, but everything they did with Brie Bella and Maurice, I thought worked really well, especially when Brie Bella was daring Maurice to get into the ring. She didn't, so the Miz got in there instead. Then Brie started punching him with punches. Obviously, you punch with punches. And then to get to Maurice, she did a baseball slide through the Miz's legs and it just looked really good. Brie Bella, you showed good fire here, and while I absolutely hate your entrance music, and it makes me want to stab myself in the eye, I'll forget about it this week, because yeah, I like this. You would be right to question the finish, because once again, there was a reversal of a cradle, and Maryse put her feet on the ropes, and we'd seen that a lot during Hell in a Cell, but none of this matters. Maryse Prince beat Bella, which means the Miz and Daniel Bryan's feud and program can continue, and this match was basically a footnote. But it was an entertaining footnote. If I'm entertained, I ain't going to get mad. Come on now, we're all going to be dead one day. Let's just enjoy it. And it's another up too, because Ronda Rousey versus Alexa Bliss. Up. Now, I do always find it weird that WWE puts Ronda in matches and tells her to sell loads, especially because what she did in the UFC. Just let her run through falls and we'll all get behind it. But with that said, she's very good at selling, and she proves that here again. Bliss looks solid here as well, and any of these accusations that Ronda's too green, well, I didn't see any evidence for that here. It was just a solid women's title match. There was some nonsense on the outside, and that was Alicia Fox and Mickie James and Natalya, but ultimately, Ronda Rousey got back in the game. She locked out the armbar, tap, tap, tap. She retains the belt and gets it now. Alexa Bliss, you gotta leave the title scene. Another down, however, because after this we got all the fallout from the AJ Styles Samoa Joe match. Because Joe was backstage, he was yelling at Paige saying, I want this, I want that. But ultimately, what he got was a no DQ, no count out match at the Australian pay-per-view, which is what, in 2-3 weeks or whenever it is. Now my problem with this is, we're now using Hell in a Cell to build to that makes no sense, but also, how does a no DQ, no count-out match help Samoa Joe, given the nonsense he just got himself into?
Right? How do you win
and then it's main event time, and you already know it. I've used the word once, I'll use it twice. It is drowning in controversy, because of course it is, but you know what? Prepare yourselves. Ready your body. Let yourself feel the glow. I don't know why I said that. I'm stealing people's things. Get it up. Before we get to the meat and potatoes, we've got to talk about the match itself, and I thought it was really good.
Bro.
It took everything you'd want from a Hell in a Cell match, and it threw it in your face, especially because Braun and Roman, they didn't wait at all. As soon as the bell rang, they ran at each other, and they had a massive war. We also got the returning Drew McIntyre, Dolph Ziggler, Seth Rollins, and Dean Ambrose, which resulted in Seth and Dolph falling from outside the Hell in a Cell. They were like halfway up, and they crashed through a table. I mean, it looked crazy, and the noise, my gosh, you would have thought they were dead. It's the end that people don't like, so let's talk about it. As soon as that happened, Brock Lesnar's music played. All the people, I don't think anybody saw that coming. And out came the Beast Incarnate, and he ripped the door off like Kane in 1997. And then he beat the schnoz out of Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman because he's mad. You remember what they did to him? He feels screwed. It's also worth noting that Paul Heyman took special guest referee Mick Foley out with some mace, and really, that's all Foley was there to do. He didn't need to be the ref, if we're completely honest, but he was, and it was nice to see him involved. And yeah, once Lesnar had got in the ring, he threw out the F5s to everybody that he could, and I liked it. It was unexpected, and it was a surprise, and again, I didn't see it coming, so I popped, sat there in my chair. Now, after this had happened, the referee waved off the match. He called it a no contest, even though we're in Hell in a Cell. In any other setting, that probably would have worked, but given how hard WWE pushed this structure,
they should have let it keep playing out.
It's stupid that that would happen. Even more so when you remember Kane's day. He went crazy back then. And The Undertaker and Shawn Michaels have been through a lot worse than Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman, and ain't no one calling that shit off. So I get it, I really do. And if that did rub you the wrong way, I understand. But for me, what can I say? It's not enough for me to give it a down.
It seems like it's hella entertaining, bro.
It was right there off camera, and as soon as Lesnar's music hit, I jumped up and did a twirl like I was a ballerina. And when Hell in a Cell was done, I was like, oh, is Lesnar back? Is he going to the UFC? Should I watch Raw? That works, dudes. I'm really sorry. I know you hate me right now. You want to throw darts in my eyes. You can do, but it's just going to hit your computer screen and you're going to break it. So at least think about it before you hurl a dart. But that's how I feel about it. And if nothing else, it was still better than Roman hits spear. Roman gets 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, definitely.
Now don't forget to leave a comment below.
Y'all can't tell me that Hell in a Cell wasn't lit. Just from his review, it sounded like it was just great, man. Just great. Even the downs that he gave, like, he gave it down to Samoa Joe and AJ Styles. Pretty sure that match was still good. He just gave it a down because of, you know, how it ended. Because how AJ Styles won, you know what I'm saying? But I'm pretty sure that match was still lit, though. But anyway, great video from What Culture Wrestling. Let me know what y'all thought down in the comments below. Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe. See y'all next time. Peace.